WIBTA. If I kicked my father out of my house with absolutely nowhere to go for trying to destroy my marriage? Hi, Reddit. I don't even know how to start this, but I need to get it out. Would I be the ahole if I kicked my father out, even though he has nowhere to go, after he tried to destroy my marriage? Let me rewind, because this isn't just one bad argument. This is the final chapter of a lifetime of chaos. I'm 44. My dad is 66. Technically, my biological father. He signed away his parental rights when I was 3 because he didn't want to pay child support. I grew up with the vague idea that he existed somewhere out there, but not in my life. He was a ghost with my last name, a name my mother refused to let me change because she said, "You'll always be his responsibility." When I was 16, my mom hit her breaking point. I was angry, lost, reckless, acting out, using, rebelling against everything. My home life was already a nightmare. My stepdad was a monster, both sexually and verbally abusive. When I tried to tell my mom, she told me I was being dramatic. Eventually, she decided she was done with me and shipped me off to live with the man who'd abandoned me, the one she swore would straighten me out. That's how I met my father for the first time. He was living in a rundown house with no electricity, no job, and a meth-addicted girlfriend. There were dirty dishes stacked in the sink, a smell of stale beer in the air, and a mattress on the floor where they slept. But as sad as it sounds, at the time, that place felt like freedom. Compared to my mom's house, where I was constantly walking on eggshells, this chaos almost felt peaceful. That's how low the bar was for safety. Eventually, my mom took me back, but she resented me for it. She said I'd ruined her life and cost her everything when she divorced my stepdad. So I went back to my dad again, because I didn't know where else to go. He still didn't work. I dropped out of school to pay for our electricity, food, and rent. I was 16, a kid, and already playing parent to a man who couldn't take care of himself. That was my childhood. Fast forward. I somehow survived. Got older, moved out, worked hard, and built a life for myself. Despite everything, I stayed in contact with him. The man who'd given me nothing but still managed to pull me back with guilt. He had no one else. No family, no friends except 2 drinking buddies. So I helped him. Over and over again. When he lost his home, I let him live with me. When he finally got a job, I cheered him on like a proud kid watching a parent grow up. When he lost that job, I bought him a trailer, paid his rent, made sure he had food. He blew it all within months. Didn't pay the $300 lot fee, didn't even try to work. He lost everything again. That was when I finally cut him off. For a while. Then COVID hit. He reached out again, lonely, scared, desperate, using the same line he's always used. "You're all I have. You're my whole world." And somehow, it worked. Again. I let him back into my life. At first, it was fine. He seemed calmer, humbled. He'd lost a lot over the years. Friends, health, dignity. I wanted to believe he'd changed. But when the friend he was living with kicked him out, he called me sobbing. Said he was being verbally abused, that his anxiety was through the roof, that he just needed a few months to get back on his feet. I believed him. My husband and I, we'd been married only 2 years at that point, agreed to take him in. We thought we were doing something good. I thought maybe this time it would be different. That was my mistake. At first, it was okay. He helped around the house a little. He was polite, grateful even. But slowly, the old patterns started creeping back in. The requests turned into expectations, then into demands. Go to the store for me. Pick up my prescriptions. Get me cigarettes. And if I said no, he'd sulk or guilt trip me. I work 2 jobs. My husband does too. We're not lazy people. But somehow this man, perfectly capable, walking, talking, able-bodied, acted like I was his personal maid. One night, after a long shift, I told him I couldn't go get his cigarettes. He could order delivery or take an Uber. That's when he snapped. You're supposed to take care of me. I took care of you, which is laughable, because he never did. Not once. I actually laughed. I couldn't help it. It wasn't cruel, it was just absurd. And that's when something in him changed. His face went red, his eyes dark. He clenched his fist, raised it like he was about to hit me. But my best friend, who happened to be there that night, stepped between us. I should have kicked him out then. But I didn't. Because deep down, the scared 16-year-old in me still wanted a father. A few weeks later, he and my husband got into an argument. My husband had been patient up until that point, more patient than I ever deserved. But that day, he told my dad flat out, "You can't stay here if you're going to treat her like this." And that's when my dad smirked, this awful, self-satisfied smirk, and said, "What would your husband say if I told him what I know?" My husband froze. "What do you mean?" he asked. My dad just shrugged and walked off. Something in me knew it was about to get ugly. I followed him to his room and demanded to know what the hell he was talking about. My husband came in too, tense, ready for anything. That's when my dad said it. "I'll tell your husband you've been sleeping with your male best friend. I have a video to prove it." For a second, I couldn't even process the words. My brain just shut down. Yes, I have a male best friend. He's been in my life for years, like family. He's married, has kids, and my husband knows him well. We've all spent holidays together. So this accusation was not only false, it was nuclear. My husband snapped. He's normally calm, level-headed, but this cut deep. Every serious relationship he had before me ended because someone cheated. My father knew that. He weaponized it. My husband demanded to see the proof my dad refused. Things escalated, shouting, slamming doors, tears. Finally, my husband grabbed my dad's phone and told him to unlock it. He wouldn't. I stepped in and said, "Give me the passcode or you're out right now." He gave it up. We searched everything. Nothing. No videos, no photos, no texts, nothing. When I asked him why, he said, and I'll never forget this, "You laughed in my face. I wanted to get back at you." He tried to blackmail me, to destroy my marriage because I laughed. Because his pride couldn't handle being told no. I broke down. I cried so hard I thought I'd throw up. All I could think was, I have given you everything, and you still want to watch me burn. He didn't just lie. He went for the one wound he knew would shatter everything I'd built. It's been 2 days since that night. I can't even look at him. He's still under my roof, sleeping in the guest room, eating food I paid for, while I lie awake at 3 a.m. wondering how I ever let it get this far.